Okay, I'm recording. Here we go. I'm gonna be watching your two ball games. He's lover boy. Oh, you get the jade gun now. Alright.
I'm gonna be quiet unless there's something I can say that'll help, okay?
Um,
So it's
I mean,
mostly gonna be you.
you could talk about it. I don't really care. Okay, so yeah, as I said, this is the friend that plays ball. Just to show off a little bit of the hours that he has. If I can find him. Were you online still?
No, I have plenty picks.
Of course you did. Here you go.
Don't listen to him, guy who this video is going to. I actually only play Overwatch and I never play Wrecking Ball.
So he's played a little bit of
This is
Wrecking
actually
Ball.
not my account.
So yeah, he doesn't really play ranked anymore, but yeah, he does play Wrecking Ball. But it's still mostly gonna be me. Okay, here we go. Oh god, team comps again. You're not gonna get very much healing here. Moira Olari can't really heal you, like, at all. They're pretty much gonna have to be chasing you around, or you're gonna have to run to a pylon. It's just, you kind of want usually like an Ana Briggs Zen, like someone who is capable of healing you, but you know, they just kind of can't keep up. DPS,
Also,
I've never liked Venture with ball. It just doesn't seem like a very good combo in my eyes. Venture wants to be very, very brawly, like kind of with like a Reinhardt Orisa Zarya kind of look, but doesn't work the same with ball. I mean, Ashe is fine. Ashe can kind of just play into whatever, but like the rest of the team got kind of just a little strange.
Also, from my experience, can you go back a bit, Gavin? You can make that quick movement out of spawn a lot faster if you don't grapple initially out of spawn, but you grapple onto an object on the way to point. Like the fountain up here. See that? Like if you grapple onto that car there, you can get a lot more momentum and go further.
Yeah.
Let's make it one to remember.
Oh, something you gotta be careful about making that play is you don't know what team comp they have yet. If they had a Roadhog Ana there, you could just have been dead. You kind of just went in. You kind of just went in. You can scout out first. So like what you could have done instead is just like stay in midair and kind of just like flick up into the air, look at what they have, and then back out. Because if they had an Ana or Hog there, you're just dead. Because you slammed. They would have caught you out. You could have absolutely died. Yeah, just be
One of
careful.
the nice things about too is that you have fast character. So you can get to an alternative angle real quick and actually scout out and see what they're running before you make any moves. Because you can just get so far ahead of your team because he's a fast character.
Oh, you should have went for that Ashe there. Ashe is getting caught up by himself. Another with Moira I'd back out. Can't really win that. Wait, your team was in with you? Like what? Oh, you should have went for that Echo. Echo was by himself. You could have shut. Oh, never mind. Their Mercy is not healing the Echo. Okay, still good. I would have just went immediately for that Echo. You saw someone that low, you kind of just want to send it. Again, this is the issue of like your team can't really heal you. You kind of got to go to your team for them to heal you in this case. Alright, you gotta go in. You're playing too scared right now. You have a lot of HP to work with and you have shields to work with. You're playing real scared. You're playing like you're still low HP, not anymore. Tanks recently got a buff that they heal even more outside of combat. So if you're ever like out of combat and like automatically healing up or whatever, sorry, that's more of a paladin's thing is out of combat. But you know, if you are like that far out, you're gonna heal up a lot faster than you do. Here you go. Or Ashe played way too safe there. Okay. Just shoot the Echo here. Honestly, you don't really have much to be scared of. Okay. You're kind of just rolling around. You have grapple off cooldown a lot of those fights. You kind of just stay rolling. You should be, you know, using your grapple a lot more.
My cones are red hot.
Alright, get that Echo. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, nice slam. Don't know why you slammed that, but alright. Not a huge deal. Fire movement.
I feel
only
you,
the
man.
best. Only the best? Oh, I'm still gonna have this thing up.
Surrender to my will.
Moira's making it a really strange play there. Wow. That was something.
For me, bro, that was a goated coalescence.
That was a Melga ult. Something you should always be worried about is Melga having ult. At that point, Melga hasn't used ult in like 80%. Chances are he has an ult there. So that's something you always gotta be worried about. You gotta just be ready for it. You gotta know he's gonna have it and back out. Make it harder for him to attach you. He wants to get you. Melgas love going for that tank div because that's what Melga's really good at as a character. So he's gonna be looking to get you. Okay, remember to not have 0 tank line presence. You're kind of putting a lot of trust in your team here, and when you're not very high rank, you can't really put your trust in your team because they're not necessarily gonna live without you. You do need a little bit of frontline presence. Ball is a character where you trade frontline presence for more mobility and true survivability. But in turn, you know, less frontline presence. So here, you go grab a mega. Okay. Okay. You kind of went towards the bob there. You should have just went for this mega. There's a mega right here. Go for health packs a lot in ball. That's a lot of balls just go for health packs. It's way faster, especially when you have a support comp of a Lori Moira. They're not going to heal you very much. And on top of that, you died to Bob. But if you went for the mega, you would be still alive.
Soldier 76, reporting for duty.
Don't go in too early. Make sure your team's ready for you to go in.
Okay.
You're hard into... Oh, whoops, I didn't skip that. Think about it this way. When you're going in that hard, what are you going in for? Are you trying to get ult charge? Are you trying to somehow find a first pick? Are you trying to find like a ton of shields to have? Because in this case, your team is now going to be dove by a Melga. They don't have any frontline. They're not running like Brigitte to help with it. They're not running anything. Melga could just run at your team. I don't know if he's going to, but he can. That's something you should kind of be worried about. But when you're going in, you need to have a reason. If you're finding a pick, usually that's because either they're literally by themselves, or you're playing with like a Tracer or a Genji or an Echo or someone who can dive with you that is going to help you get a kill. And you need, whenever you're going in, you need to think about why you want to go in. What is the reason why you want
Can't handle the heat. Stay out of my way.
to... Okay, I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes it looks like you're just lost. Like you just start rolling in a direction for pretty much no reason. I think at that point you're too hard focusing for trying to get out of your ult. You should just be a little more focused on staying alive. It did work out, but like if they went hard on you there, you could have just been dead. No, would have been, your ult wouldn't have been worth it.
I think that is the best spot to put the ult at on this point, though. And you block them from contesting as well as pushing them off point.
Yeah, it was a good ult, yeah, but like it was just
Although sometimes,
too worried about putting it down.
sometimes, again, take what you can say with a grain of salt. Abstract's the guy you want to take the advice from here. But sometimes when I ball out here, I try to get one of those 2 gateways, because if you mine off one of them, it means they have to push through the other one, and then they have a skinny choke to push through.
Like,
That's one thing I like
right
to
here,
utilize with
right
mine ult.
there,
Yeah,
over here. Yeah, just choke points. Just go for choke points. That's good on any map.
yeah.
Choke points.
You can't.
They usually have to, especially during like those late game time plays, just like that. That was a good ult. But you're kind of super focused. The main issue I'm having is you were so focused on getting it. You were like looking for a grapple. You weren't worried about your own HP, and they're starting to push you. If you didn't get your grapple in time, you probably would have just died.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
Just ugly.
This is almost a victory. Don't
That's the other reason I like to go off structures on land instead of trying to grapple out of spawn. It's really easy to mess up with spawn grapple. You get a lot more momentum with just going for other stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just walk out the door, then grapple an object outside. It's faster. You actually keep your burn for a little bit longer, and it's more consistent. Okay.
Control that point.
In this case, you should be contesting. Oh, you got off a point on accident. If you're contesting that earlier, I mean, I think you guys might probably still gonna win this. But you're kind of letting them get 3% here. You just gotta make sure you're the one to touch. You are the tank. Ball is really good at just moving off point, on point, off point, on point. He's really
Could you
good.
pause it real quick here, Gavin, too? Maybe go back a little bit. So another really useful thing with ball is that you can use the environment to pile drive a lot, rather than grapple into the pile drive. I don't know everything, but it seems to me like a lot of times you pile drive, you grapple into it, and then pile drive. Especially on a
like
point
now,
like
go-
this. Hang on.
Oh,
Can
wait,
we go
you're
to
talking
a point
about,
where you avoid
oh,
point?
you're talking about this.
Viewpoint. Yeah. Also with the high ground, I'm pretty sure you can just jump off the high ground and pile drive onto point.
You know, I should.
With the health pack?
After this, I'm gonna go into a practice range and I'll show you.
A sip for the parched.
Does he know about that?
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen him do it.
Okay. But yeah.
Don't hard it. You gotta be careful. If their bastion just had Terraform, you were in there for so long, 500 HP could be credited. Oh, they have Hog now. You can't push in like that. I am.
He's probably weak.
You gotta play a little more scared. You kind of really went in there. Your team lost their front line.
Visor activated.
Soldier is gonna be trying to take taking a lot of aggro. You actually want to take aggro for him, so the soldier can pop off. So my one issue with the mines is your soldier was playing back here. Your soldier wants them to go in, and you kind of cut them off. Now that's a little more of a niche scenario, and this is a scenario where both your DPS used ults, and then you used a third one. I'm gonna be real, I don't think those mines were necessary at all. I think if you didn't put your mines down, you guys would have won the fight either way. When you commit that many ults, you usually don't want to be the third one, unless it's like, you know, overtime, and you have the ults, then might as well commit it. Or if you're like, say, losing over and over and over again, and your team just needs momentum. But in this situation, you have the percent lead. You guys are winning. You didn't need the ult, so probably shouldn't have used mines there. You could have saved it for a different fight. And you ended up zoning them away from their bob. So you kind of zoned them where their bob is, so the bob was already doing the zoning. And you zoned them away from your soldier ult, so your soldier got less value. So it's just something you gotta be wary of. Just when you're ulting, how many ults have been used so far, and you know, what are the ults? What are they trying to gain out of their ultimates? So sometimes, yeah, you just gotta be wary of what your team is doing, as well as what you're doing. Okay, again, you're not playing very scared of this hog, and this hog hasn't really landed many hooks on you. But that one moment he does, that bastion could shreds it instantly. You have to be super careful against it. I see. Yeah, those there. You did have good shields, but like,
This poor guy had to play against Malga first point, and then Hog Bastion second point.
they have a really good comp against you. Like Lucio's pretty good against Ball. You can't really do much about Lucio. Bastion's definitely good. Hog's definitely good.
Yeah.
Ash is
that-
fine. Ash works out for you overall. Moira's just whatever. Moira's just really good at running away from your dives. Honestly, this team's just not very. The only person you can really dive is Ash, and Ash still has like Coach Gun, making it not super duper easy to dive.
Objective is under attack. Get on it.
Sometimes in this case, you can just let them win the point. No, they just committed a beat.
Okay.
That's huge. You should try to run
Go
away.
go back, Gavin. 1 second.
What?
Okay. Why? No, go back to when he shielded.
Attack. Get on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm on fire.
So, I would advise utilizing that cooldown more effectively. I think that's one of Ball's biggest things is the fact that you can give yourself an immense amount of HP. Popping it when you're like full HP doesn't do much because then you're not within any enemies, so you're not getting any bonus health. Till your team is dead, you're kind of just wasting the cooldown, I think. Sometimes I'd use it when like I'm just trying to live and there's no one near me, but in general, I wouldn't utilize it unless because there's a long cooldown is my thing. I think it has like a 15-second cooldown. Let me check.
Yeah, it is. It'll see it in a couple seconds,
But yeah.
But yeah, that's actually something I've tried to talk to him a lot about, is using his shields a little bit smarter. Like, again, using it when enemies are new, using it when you actually need the health, in that case, again.
Yeah, like right now you can't really push in because you have to wait for that 8-second cooldown.
Group up with me.
And you're waiting for a team anyways, so we're done.
Yeah.
That,
Here you should.
I think you're trying to give shields to your team, but you can't, your Moira shouldn't have been there in the first place. So sometimes you just gotta let your team die. That's the truth. They have to learn. Your team is telling you if your team is telling you to fall back, sometimes you should just do it. they're gonna if you play like this, sometimes they're gonna overextend themselves trying to, in quotations, like help you, even though it's not smart for them to do that. Sometimes when you see a tank that's far in, you should just do it. So sometimes you just, like, even though you're playing ball and you find back there, you just gotta go back anyways. Your team doesn't. A lot of teams, especially in low ranks, are not gonna know how to play with ball. So you can't really play that self-sufficiency. You just gotta play how your team wants you to play sometimes. Okay. Insane, Boop. Holy shit. Okay. You need to be frontline. No, your Moira died here. Your Moira did not need to die. You should have just already. You found the first pick. Your Moira was like, I don't know what your Moira was doing, why they're dying, but like your Moira's going in.
We need to take out
At this point, you found first pick.
Going ham.
Your Moira just dies. I'm looking at the wrong Moira, but this still gets the point out across. Your Moira just died. Soldier's ulting. Okay. Kind of cutting him off the corner. Okay. Nice. That's a good pick. Your team looks like you win this. Oh, don't go AFK. Don't go AFK mid-fight. Don't just go AFK mid-fight.
Real good advice there.
I was made for this.
Some solid advice. Okay, don't 1v1 a Reaper at that range. You have a much bigger hitbox. You have to aim. It's a lot harder for you to land the shots on him than it is for him to land on you, and he's going to have higher DPS. Alright. Okay.
Again, though, what's it called? When you're 1v1 the hog there, here, actually, Gavin, just join me in the custom. I have the map pulled up here if you want to. Here, I'll send you an invite. Sorry, abstract.
That doesn't matter.
Custom is crossplay settings.
No, it doesn't.
Never mind,
Here.
it doesn't work. You're just gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I'll just do it in
Wait.
practice range.
Okay.
So I'm gonna explain
Just-
going
that's
over.
That's
an open hole.
some useful ball tech right there. The
Oh yeah, this
pile
is
drive and the
this is huge. So to get pile drive off really easily, is you fall into an open area and then just go like that. So essentially, what I'm doing is I'm holding the crouch button pretty much. You don't actually have to hold the crouch button; you just can. But you jump to a spot where, like, usually when you just jump, obviously you can't slam. But if you jump into an open gap like this, where there's space below you where you can slam, you just slam in the open.
Yeah.
And what he was trying to do was in the middle of the map, like on that little circle hole or whatever. That's enough space. Like this space right here, this is enough for you to slam. So like if I hold crouch and oh wait, that's right, you need to jump first.
Yeah,
if you like jump,
this is mostly what I was talking about. Yeah, like stuff like this. Not just always the middle space, but just utilizing the pile drive without using grapple claw every time. There's a lot of times you can pile drive into fights and just grapple claw out, in and out easy. But if you utilize grapple claw, you don't have that on cooldown as much.
Yeah.
So-
Another thing is your verticality. You don't play vertical very much.
Yes.
Verticality is one of the most important things in Overwatch. Holding high ground is insane. Ball is really good at contesting high ground because you literally have some of the greatest movement in the entire game. So that's when retract actually comes really into play. Because look, I'm all of a sudden over on this high ground.
Yeah, I started playing with that, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Another thing
Oh
is,
yeah. Also,
the
another
retract
thing with the
tech.
pile drive thing. The pile drive thing. You're gonna want to try to move as you pile drive. You don't want to just pile drive. Like if you're gonna pile drive off the map, head towards in. I feel like it's kind of obvious, but pile drive then head in.
Oh yeah, you wanna. It's which direction you're looking is the way you slam.
Yeah.
So yeah, make
Yeah.
sure you're looking in.
You move slightly forward in a direction, so you can actually use this to save yourself too if you have to fall off the map. Can you
fall-
show me that, Gavin,
If you
by
don't
chance?
have, if you don't have grapple, say you're like, oh, I fucked up. So say you're like grappling off the map and you make a mistake or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, I fucked up again. Dude. All right, one more time. So say you're about to fall off the map, like this. Okay, like oh, you're not gonna quite make it. If you slam, and you're a little bit
just
closer.
Like that.
Okay, you get the idea
Yeah.
though. In that case, you're just slam, just be a little bit closer to, like, say, you can make like this gap, like right here. Like there, that's a way better way to do it. You can just make this distance gap, even though normally, if you're not like burning, you can't make that. Another thing you can utilize is using retract to get a slam off like that. It gives you retract like instantly. It gives you another grapple because it's only a second. You actually can actually also stay in midair completely. The cooldown is short enough because like the 1 second cooldown. You can actually, as long as you don't go into fire, you can Spider-Man around legitimately. Oh, I got on fire there. Wait, what? Okay, that was bullshit. There's actually a lot of new ball tech. Yeatle has this video he just released where he goes over all like every single ball tech, like pretty much every single one, and including new ones with the new retract or whatever. I would actually recommend watching that. It's totally worth it. Another thing is wall jumping. You can wall jump in this game, and it allows you to get slams off. It's not as hard as you think.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of failing it right now. Some walls are better.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never practiced it, but a lot of times you can get away with it just off of point presence alone, especially on push maps with the pile drive thing. If you could boot one of those up, Gavin, actually, I think that would be some good advice.
Push map?
You can pile drive off of cart if you jump right and get the timing right instead of grappling over. That is very big for contesting, from my experience. Okay.
Oh wait. Gotta do this first.
Cart maps. The payload. That's it. That's it. Payload. Nobody says payload.
We'll go off of Junkertown. Nope. Apparently not. Doesn't. Okay, Circuit Roy. We'll do Dorado. No. Junkertown. I want to do Junkertown. This is the better map for ball.
You're so indecisive.
Junkertown. Good team's attack. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, Gavin, we better win this game.
We're gonna win this game.
Alright. Hey, don't steal my character, bro. Whoa, what are you doing? Okay, so see cart here? So if you put yourself in like the middle or the highest point in it, you can get away with a lot of pile drives that are cheeky. It's just pretty big for contesting, getting his shield up. At least from my experience. But yeah, that's one thing I would say to work on. It's just checking how much pile drive angles you have. You have a lot that people don't really consider. But any like higher ground that's like slightly above, I think you might be able to pile drive off something like this. Yeah, even something small like this over here. You can pile drive off a lot of different things. It's a lot of ball is utilizing the environment to work with you. This little band over here. But yeah, it's not always in the grapple.
Oh, you can even make that. You can make that jump.
But yeah, again, listen to what Gavin says more than me. I just play the character. I don't know much about how the character
you can
works.
literally make that jump. That's insane. I didn't even know you could do that. Oh,
You
fun
just pile
fact.
drive across? Let me try this.
So if you jump off and you pile drive it late, you can land on this corner right here.
Okay.
A little later than that.
Okay.
Here, I got it here. I'll show you. Watch this.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Wait, I see you.
And just as a little tip, because no one seems to know this, because we're already here. I'm just gonna Tracer real quick.
You know what?
As a smaller
Gavin?
character.
You know what, Gavin? Let's actually show him some more. Come back here.
No, one sec. You can actually walk on this little edging if you're a small character. You can go all the way around this thing. Just as a little tip, you can like walk around this little edge. Just there you go. Fun fact for you. Tracer can use this to get up to high ground. If you ever play Tracer. And that. Okay.
Oh yeah, and then what I was saying earlier too, with the other things, if you try grapple at a spawn, if you don't get the angle right, you often hit the walls and lose a bit of speed. But if you try to, like, let's say, grapple off this little window box here, I don't know, I can't remember what Gavin is, you can just go a lot further and you can control it, and you just make it all the way up here instead. It's a pretty big difference.
Oh, and bunny hopping at the end of your fireball.
Yeah.
Always, if your fireball's running out, you bunny hop, it saves momentum, you can go faster for a little longer.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes when, like, the game starts, I try grappling off there. But
You can, like,
normally,
grapple this, and then just pile drive onto this high ground.
yeah.
Because people love to fight up here.
Grappling off doors is hard to do, though. It's really easy to screw it up, too. Sometimes you can get it, but I think it's normally better to just go for not objectives, but objects.
Off of certain places people want to fight. Or if you're defending.
Yeah.
You can hit the widow spot. You're insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come from right here. Use a
widow
little
spot?
retract tech. Boom. I'm fighting the widow. And then you can boom. Retract is insane. It's actually so good. I call it
Just sit
slingshotting.
back.
I don't think anyone else calls it slingshotting. I love slingshotting.
I just tried with practicing with it the other day. It's pretty sick.
You could go so far.
Wrecking
Oh my
Ball's just
God.
the best Overwatch character.
Wait, Mason, I found you a new rollout. Grab
one
this
do you want?
corner.
Let me
Grab
see
this
this.
corner right
Okay.
here. Retract. Look how far
Okay.
you go. I can't.
Dude, this
all the way
character's
back
just
here.
the best. Keep it more ult charge
Oh
than
my
you.
god.
This guy is so bad at the game. Oh yeah, look at that. You can look at this. You can even hecking hit the pile drive off this little thing up there.
Oh, another thing. When you're doing wall jumps, corners are even easier. You land in a good corner. That's not a very good corner.
Let me try to get it
There you
again.
go. There's a wall jump.
Yeah, look at this. You could do so much with the pile drive. But
Oh yeah, like even like using little things like this. That just gets you up. Actually, you can just jump there
yeah.
in the right spot. Yeah. Okay. That's sick.
Alright. Game 2? Or do you want
Alright.
to chill?
Oh yeah, we'll do a second game, and if we need to go into another custom game, we can. Just remember,
Okay.
pile drive, very important cooldown. I think the biggest takeaway, like the biggest tip, the first one I want to give, like you don't necessarily need to learn wall jumps yet, is just like falling off either off a map or off high ground for a second to just get a
Yeah.
big slam way faster. You could do that
Yeah.
everywhere. Literally, there's so many spots you can do it.
Then you still grapple claw and cooldown too. That's the big thing.
Yeah, because like
I
even
know
when you're
it's
like
I know
halfway up
it's
the
a
stairs,
short
you don't even need to
cooldown,
even
but,
fully up
like,
the stairs. You could just like jump
If
off.
we're
land on the
doing
stairs.
this and this, you still have the 4 seconds until you can grapple claw away. Versus if you just, let's say, there's like an Ana over here, you just hit it with this, boom.
I was
roll
not
back
watching.
to-
What? Oh, were you saying?
buddy.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're like slamming, slamming here, and then
Yeah,
you can
then you
back
just-
out. I fucked up
Yeah.
my grapple, but
Versus if you do this, or you go for this.
yeah, you.
Sorry, yeah, you go for the grapple
Yeah.
conduit, then you have to roll back. Probably gonna get slept by the Ana too. Probably
Yeah,
there.
that is something that you kind of did a lot. Is you would go in with the grapple and then you just like roll away.
Mhm.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the big advantage with pile
Even, like,
driving
with
off
the-
objects.
even you could use retract and then run away.
Yeah.
I guess that's another thing about retracting, because you can use retract literally anywhere on the map to just fucking retract just a little bit of height. That was honestly a very bad grapple. Give yourself a pile drive and then you can cool down.
Goated Boston, my good sir.
Goated ball skin, Chengdu Hunters.
Mine is better though. Actually, no, I need to change my ball skin. Can I?
Not in here, no.
Let me see. I need to be a real one.
No, you can't. You can't.
Can I
Whatever.
disable seal? You
I'll leave it now.
So annoying.
Okay. One more map.
Okay.
And I'm doing your other ball one. Yeah, we're just gonna stick to ball for right now, even though this other guy actually also plays Sigma. Alright. Let's say
Ready for battle.
okay. Of course, he's in the one freaking.
Hypothesis.
He's in the spot that I don't have a command. I do have a command. I changed my F5 to turning off FOV, so. And my dog's barking. It's a great start.
Wolf.
That will be in my YouTube video. I do not care. Here we go.
Oh no. It's fake. Don't worry.
Okay.
Guy he sent this video.
Your teammate
to.
has not selected a character. That's crazy. If that happens, you just kind of gotta let it happen. Doesn't matter. Your Ana hasn't left spawn. Your Moira's kind of just behind. Bastion is not going for a rollout. Okay, if this is happening, don't over push too early.
So here's the other thing with Ball is that he's a fast character. So you can actually get the advantage spot, figure out what they're running, and then go back to your team and make it easy before you plan anything. That's what I do on some maps. I just grab a high gun quick. Yeah,
that was a
you're
5 shield
gonna
right
want to
there.
shields there.
If you see 5 pretty much a lot of the time, especially if it's pre-fight like this, just grab it. Because
Yeah.
even if you're giving it to your team, that also maximizes how much you're giving to your team. That was fine. I can see the...
Over here.
But in this case, yeah, I would have tried to help with the Mauga a little more. A big thing... Okay, stop. Okay, if Ana's trying to over peek to heal you, just run. She's not going to be able to heal you there. You kind of just forced your Ana into peeking the Ashe to try to heal you. And I know you're not necessarily forcing the Ana when I say that, but the Anas... A lot of supports, especially in lower ranks, love to think that they have to heal. That they have to heal. And I will say this as a person who was a lower rank support player, that you have to heal the tank. Because if the tank dies, it's your fault. Because so many tanks fucking say that, and it's really dumb. So remember, don't be a tank player that says that, because fuck you. But supports do not always have to heal you. If they can, they want to focus healing you, usually. But in a situation like that, Ana should have been gone. And you should not have been, like, sitting there to expect healing. Don't sit there, because Ana's gonna go like, oh, I gotta heal you. Don't. You kind of just let your Ana die. Shoot at the Mercy. If someone's getting pocketed, you're not gonna have high enough DPS to keep up. You don't have the DPS passive on ball. Just shoot at the Mercy first. Okay. Now you have to have the Ashe. You win. Okay, get the pick. Melee. Use melee. Use melee. I can explain after this match if I remember. But when you're killing things, melee all the time. Melee is really easy to land. Okay. Ooh, you're playing with fire right there. You're playing like, oh my god. Don't over push when you're too low. If you make one mistake, you don't get shields off, you're dead. I knew what you're going for, but you shouldn't have made that. You knocked Sojourn in the air and you didn't shoot at her. If you get a hit marker, focus on who you hit markered, because it's going to be way easier to hit that and get the kill there. Sojourn was instantly lower than the Lifeweaver. You're not going to do very much damage to Lifeweaver at that point. You gotta make meleeing more of a habit you have. Okay, help your Reaper. Your Reaper's 1v1ing the Melga right now. Well, he does win the 1v1 technically. Oh, he's not even gonna win this 1v1. Reaper technically, I think he kind of wins the 1v1. Like, it's close. Matters just who's like makes the first mistake. If you made it a 2v1, that was a free kill on Melga. Melga was just dead. But instead, you kind of went for their backline, and hey, Reaper. Ooh, one more thing. When you're using mines like that, where you go in midair first and then you slam, which is a very good tech, that's the bread and butter. What you want to do is while you're in midair popping mines, you want to turn around. Whoa, why did that flick so hard? Turn around. When you turn around, it'll slam back towards the center of your mines. So whichever like direction, whichever momentum you have, just turn around and like go backwards and then hit slam, because it'll turn your momentum the other direction and you'll slam in the center of your mines. So then like people who are on this side of the mines over here, if they were over here, you'll slam them down and you'll actually hit these people on the very edge over here instead of just the people on the edge over here. So that's why if you see a lot of ball players do this, when they pop mines midair, turn around first and then hit slam. Those are good mines though. That's just like min-maxing, you know, just to do a little bit like more slam out of them, trying to mess with them just a little bit more. Not sure what was happening with that Lifeweaver. If you're the one capping, just stay capping for now. Just wait for your team to regroup.
Hello there.
Okay, now you can think about start scouting a little bit. You don't want to overpush. Don't overpush. Okay. I don't know what you're... Okay, you gotta make a decision here. They're gonna be pushing onto your team. If you played too slow, they would have just pushed onto your team. If they were a good coordinated team, you kind of just would have ran you over, and you were too busy trying to figure out your grappling over in the wrong spot. Their Melga is AFK for some reason. Boop the Sojourn high ground? Nice, I fucking love that shit. Hell yeah. Whenever you can boop someone towards your team, like a Sojourn like that, or someone who's squishy, not necessarily like someone who can handle it. It's like Sojourn perfect. Boop them on high ground, probably one of the best plays you can make on ball, legitimately. No character.
You shouldn't. Yeah, don't put Magma into that. Not a good idea.
You're lucky your Reaper ulted. If your Reaper didn't ult, that would have been bad for you. Remember to cancel res. I know you weren't necessarily there, but that's a big thing. Whenever they have a Mercy and you find a pick like that, a lot of Mercies are gonna go for that res. Shoot at the Lifeweaver. No point in shooting at Petal, you don't do enough DPS. But even then, I would've went back to help your team. Lifeweaver isn't that deep a kill, and you just left your supports without a tank, and your supports died.
That's a good example of that pile drive thing I was talking about. You utilized your grapple claw aggressively rather than defensively. You kind of want to do a mix of both.
Saw Reaper. Okay. You saw Reaper on the flank, like right here. You saw him. He's very, very clearly going to be going for your backline. Who is? Your Ana. You know, your Ana is kind of not a character that can always win that 1v1 against a Reaper. Now Moira takes the 1v1. That is, you have some of the most interesting support players. Stop shooting at Petal. Stop shooting at Petal. You're not, again, your character doesn't have very much DPS, and because you're distracted by this Petal, look at their team. They're gonna start pushing in on you, and you're too busy shooting at a fucking flower Petal. Their Mercy's looking at you. They're gonna get free ult charge. Their Life Weaver is not very scared of you. And if they are gonna start being scared of you, Mauga's gonna back up. Reaper's gonna back up. Sojourn's gonna back up. Those characters that can kill you. Mercy's on that Life Weaver instantly. They're gonna keep each other up. So you're not gaining anything out of shooting a pedal when your entire team isn't helping you. If you were in a situation where you were with someone else, again, like with a dive character, then maybe, yeah, you can shoot the pedal, knock the Life Weaver down, get the kill. But this is a situation where no one can help you. No one's gonna help you kill this Life Weaver. Like, yes, Sojourn's shooting at him, but I guarantee your Sojourn doesn't have... I don't think that Sojourn got that dog in him to land that headshot at this range with a full powered railgun, which isn't. It is not full powered. It is... Oh, never mind. It is a lot higher than I expected. Either way, your Sojourn ain't got that dog in him. And ain't gonna land that shot. Holy fuck, that Sojourn got that dog. God damn it. Never mind, that Sojourn does got that dog in him. But you shooting at the pedal didn't help much. That was another thing. Hard committed with the... Oh, Dread. I get why you did it. You wanted to kill the Mercy, but Mercy has some of the greatest survivability. You mind? Walking them in. We should not have used Nano. That is a awful Nano. I know you don't really play. I imagine you don't really play Ana, but don't Nano Wrecking Ball usually. Ball can't get much out of it. You kind of want to nano someone who has the ability to get more out of the nano. He doesn't need the survivability from nano because Ball is already super survivable. He doesn't really need the DPS because Ball is usually more of like a supporting character to your main DPS. Ball isn't going to be the one with the most damage in the game. It's going to be your Tracer. It's going to be your Sojourn. It's going to be, well, yeah, probably your Sojourn here, like, or even your Bastion. It's not going to be Ball. Sojourn or Bastion are both better nano targets. I know you don't really play Ana, but that's what it's different. I don't know what happened there. Try not to let that happen. But I think you're aware that's not exactly how that normally goes. Okay, in this case, I get you're just going for the Mega, but like, probably could have just gone for your supports maybe? I don't know. Where your Ana is. Is your Ana dead? Oh, your Ana died. Where'd Ana die? Oh, your Ana was down here. Okay, you ditched your supports. Oh well. It happens though. I don't really blame you there. You're going for the health stack. But in that case, I think I would have went. I don't know if your controller's fucked up, but like, I don't know.
My apologies.
I don't know what you're honestly. Back out. Back out. You don't win this.
Come over here, please.
If they caught you there and you just got like swept under the rug, like Mauga Reaper's gonna 2v1 you and you're dead. You do not win that. Don't 1v1 the Reaper. You shouldn't be beat. Leave, dude. You gotta get out. Okay, you're still not gaining much by being in their backline. If they're fighting your backline, it is much better to make those kills a lot easier. You're not gaining much out of being in their backline. The fact that you find these kills here is actually hilarious. But in turn, they're trading your backline. Reaper's still back there. Their team won this fight. No, wait, where did they go? Oh my god. Don't chase the Reaper! Go towards the Ana! Why are you mining? Okay. Okay, if you're gonna solo mine someone, solo mines them in front of them, so they open in front of them. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't mind that.
The more like relevant spot you put mines, the better. Because I feel like, at least from my experience, Gavin can correct me here, but you can find value with mines without a kill. It's a good ranging goal, especially if you're down supports. You just need to buy time. If you put mines down, they either have to walk through the mines, which sets you up for some KP potentially. Not KP, sorry. KP. Sorry, you can get an opening pick potentially. Sorry, shut up. No one likes you. Or they just spend time shooting it and you get time to regroup. You don't want to put them over here out in the middle of nowhere because then no one's gonna come over here, so you're not gonna find any value. And I think oftentimes I think from my experience it's better to put mines near a point where it's gonna disrupt the enemy team and not get a kill rather than try to get a kill with it.
Also, don't mines a Reaper. You can both one-shot your mines, use Wraith Form, or TP. These are all options he has. Worst case scenario, even if you're taking this 1v1, he has his ult. He's just gonna pop ult and you're gonna lose the 1v1. Then was not worth it at all. Don't mind the Reaper. honestly don't even solo mines usually. Like 99% of the time you're never gonna solo mine. Your Bastion just saved your life there. If your Bastion wasn't there, you were dead. You're lucky.
No.
Okay.
No.
Again, what are you gaining out of being behind? You gotta think about that. When you're behind, why are you trying to be behind? Are you trying to initiate a fight? Because you ain't got DPS to initiate for another role. You find first pick, it's something you can do, but it's really hard. I think in this case, yeah, you're looking for first pick. Sojourn found it. In this situation, a lot of the time, especially with Bastion Sojourn, just take aggro. You just want the team to shoot at you. I know it's not fun, but in the end, it's just how you play ball. Okay, you're forcing Valk. That's huge. Stop worrying about the Mercy. You're not gonna hit him in the sky. Don't try to slam someone who's in the sky. That's another thing. Do not. Let your hit scan deal with the Mercy in the sky with Guardian, with her Valkyrie. In this situation, yeah, you can chase that, you get that kill. That's good. Don't take the 1v1 free. HP is way bigger. Let your own die. Just let your own die. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta let your team die. They're in a bad spot, you can't help them. You gotta reset. Supports aren't ready. Don't go in. Too worried about finding a pick. Both your supports are dead. You're not getting any help. Way too worried about trying to find a pick when it's not even time to fight. Your team is. Alright, you gotta go back and help your team. Because you're distracting them, they're farming your front line, and they don't have. I mean, they're farming your back line, and the front line is in their back line. You have no one who's helping you back here. And sure, you might end up kitting the Bastion, but they stalled so much. They're pushing point. What you should have done is just backed out, and they would have been like maybe made it 2 cart, and then you're going in. Like right now, a team fight could have been happening, which could be in your favor. But instead, now you gotta wait for your DPS to respawn. You gotta wait for Ana and Lucio to come out of spawn, and you maybe get to this Bastion. And if their supports end up helping, then you might not even get this Bastion.
Another thing too is it looks like panicking a little bit.
You're playing way too panicky.
A lot of ball is just being a bit more casual. You can, I hate to mislead, but you can get away with a lot more on ball than people think. I think it's better to just take a little bit more damage but hit a nice clean grapple out of it than try to hit a nasty quick grapple. See, like that mine is good because even if you don't get a pick with it, you zoning the team so they're trapped under bridge or they have to peek over there.
My main issue is you're initiating before your supports were out of spawn.
Well, that too. I'm talking about the mine placement.
Yeah. Don't. It's an alright initiating tool, especially yeah, good for zoning or whatever. Forcing Bastion.
Anyways, yeah, this is the kind of rewind that. I want to see that.
Okay.
Let me see this.
Okay, here's the Reaper. Going for the Kiriko, alright, here we go. Okay, good one, Reaper, good one. Like, the mines were fine, you just did them way too early. Help kill the owner. Okay. Don't go in there. Just let them take a little bit more space, it's okay. Okay, you need to stop trying to 1v1 this Bastion. That is not a 1v1 you can easily take. His hitbox is big and you can land big numbers on him, but he's gonna land even bigger numbers on you. Okay, your Kiriko just saved your ass. Oh, you just dipped from your Kiriko. Your Kiriko used both abilities and you dipped.
Can't let them take the lead.
Kinda... Oh. Hey, there was actually a time where what you could have done was turn around and slam. You would have survived that. Even if you like make an attempt and miss, like at least you try. So in that situation, if you're ever gonna X-Line fall enough, turn around and slam. I'm gonna be real, your team is playing so messed up right now. Like you guys are just absolutely, like everyone on your team. I'm blaming you, I'm blaming the rest of your team. You guys are playing so split. You guys are playing super duper. Like you're staggering. Like insane how much you're staggering.
You kind of grab up the high ground, you drop down for no reason too, I think.
No, I get it. I think you get it.
You get it? Okay. Never mind then.
There's no reason to be on high ground right now.
That's true.
And here, I wouldn't even push cart. Don't push point. What you're doing is pushing the point closer to them. You're gonna make it way easier for them to be able to touch. If you're not pushing point here, they would have a harder time touching. Way harder. Don't push point. Push point. Push point. Yeah, your Kiriko's trying to get you to stop pushing point. Stop pushing point. On push, if they don't have checkpoint, you have no reason. They didn't have checkpoint, just leave it back there. They're gonna have such a harder time. Like that Reaper wouldn't have been able to touch. Real Coliseum, you kind of had issues. I'm gonna be a huge. You were stayed in their backline way too much, and you didn't get very much value back there. You gotta let your Sojourn. I'm gonna be real. Your Sojourn kind of carried. I'm not saying you didn't do anything good. I'm just saying overall, you kind of just were in their backline way too much. You're gonna be initiator fights, but you're initiating too early. You gotta help your supports. You can't be in your backline. You are the front line. You're the tank. You're the front line. You kind of played Overwatch 1 ball, which in that case would have been fine because you have a front line with a secondary tank, but you don't have a secondary tank. You are the front line, and your team, you lost fights because of it, unfortunately, because there was no front line for your team. And you did end up winning fights. You did find some picks. You did have actually pretty good ults. Your ults were, other than like that Reaper one, your ults were fine.
Yeah.
But you kind of had an issue finding picks, but when you did, it was good. You had overall pretty good ults. You took aggro a lot of the time at alright times. A thing I was trying to mention it with melee is when you're shooting at someone, you don't know where they are. So say you get off of like a slam. You get off of like a slam, and you don't know where they're gonna go, and you're missing a lot, just hit a melee. Sometimes it's just melee. Because if you're just gonna miss a ton, which you are unfortunately are still in that stage where you're still trying to figure out your aim a little bit. You're missing a couple shots.
This is a theory, so I'm gonna run this by Gavin right now, but I also feel like it's a good idea to sometimes just back up. And a lot of times with ball, where you just
Slam right away.
you do a lot to get the kill, but it's just not gonna be enough. Like you hit the slam just by himself, and you spend a lot of time trying to get that kill. And even if you get the kill, oftentimes if you spend too much time there as ball, they're gonna kill you. The key to ball, I think, is in and out. It's quick kills and quick damage. If you stay too long getting a kill, it's probably not worth it. I think it's fair to be good with the team. What do you think about that,
I
Gavin?
think it matters the scenario, but there were definitely times where he should have been out a lot more. And when you go out, that doesn't mean go further in the backline. That means go back to your team. You had a big issue with that. You never
I
went back to your
disagreed
team.
a little bit with you when
Ever.
you talked about that melee kill. I think if he would hit the melee, he wouldn't have got it, and he would just spend more time there. And the Amalgam would probably come him down right
No,
there.
well, I think he would have finished the kill if he got the melee.
I think so.
Yes. But I'm saying in general, you should just melee more. Like, I melee a ton when I play pretty much every character. Meleeing is really, like, that's a case where melee just gets the kill out quicker sometimes. Even if it is slightly faster, that, like, little bit of burst damage throws them off guard. Like, it's the same thing with, like, Genji. Like, meleeing is huge burst damage. Like, you can just, like, do that or something. Now, this is in this case, these training bots are 200 HP, so they're gonna die to that. This only work on, like, Widowmaker now, but, like, I think, yeah, someone with 250 like Hanzo survives with a little bit of HP, but look how low he is. Like, that's...
How foolish.
Look at that. That's a lot of damage. Like, first name is melee.
This is crazy. Yeah, look at the custom
A
games.
lot of character melee.
I'm looking for custom games.
What are you doing in custom games?
I'm looking for custom games. Looking for sugar daddies. 14 to 16. That can't be real.
What?
He's a pro.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, anyways, I think you're getting a lot of the points were made here.
Hope I helped you out. Sorry if I didn't. Again, listen to Gavin, not me.
Listen to both of us. Quit trying to discredit yourself, bro.
Alright.
Anyways, that was a good 49 minute, 40 almost second. Yeah, it's kind of, or whatever. I'm just gonna recording. Cool.
Okay.